we cannot hear you. Not sure if you started talking or anything yet.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. What time is it in Ghana right now? Forgive me for asking.
4:10 p.m.
Oh, 4:10, right?
Yes,
Okay.
4:10.
So, so this will be the first one that we are having at 4 p.m. Here. The plan is we are going to try to do this every other week, starting this week, right? Every other week. I would love us to do it every week, but we're gonna do every other week. Just to there is we anyway, let me just I'm rambling. Anyway, good evening, good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for joining us for our AI session or AI class. My name is Letitia Norte, and I am the executive director and founder of Expanding Boundaries International. And also, I have an IT business called Abanaut Business Solutions. But today, this is like a collaboration between different entities that are coming together to be providing this classes or sessions for our communities and stuff like that. So with that being said, for today's class, as I have said, this is Expanding Boundaries International program. Initially, I think was it like last month or 2 months ago, we had done an AI class that was a 3-day program, which after the program, some people got the replay and all that stuff. They pay for the replay and stuff. So initially, mentally, my plan was we are going to do this every month with something about AI, okay? But those who know how crazy my schedule is, I couldn't really keep up with the crazy the whole demand. And so with that being said, as we are getting ready for our upcoming Global Young Innovators Team Fest, the plan and the idea is to be hosting this after hour programs, which is called happy hour, after hour, or office hours. And we are going to have a series of events or classes that are for everyday computer literacy or tech literacy people so that they can be able to be equipped and be able to use it for themselves, for their family, in their business, and all that stuff. So, with that being said, today is the AI for how to use AI to really help your life to be, I guess, simplified and shortcuts and all that stuff. And so, as I'm about to start, it's being recorded, right? I don't know whether you guys got a prompt that is being recorded. We are on YouTube Live. It's being recorded so that those who have signed up but are not here, they can go back and rewatch it later. And so, with that being said, so this summer, we are hosting our first ever Global Young Innovators Team Fest. A little bit about Expanding Boundaries International. We are what you might call it, we are a nonprofit organization that provides services for both students in the US and also in Ghana. Originally, when we started, it wasn't about Ghana, but as the pandemic came, we had to change our focus to add Ghana because we saw how many kids were just home and not doing much because schools were closed. And so what we decided to do as an organization is to bring in our Ghana students to have a conversation with our US students and also Kibera, Kenya students during the pandemic. And so as we were learning and being able to offer these services of tech education, we learned that there is a major need that we have to also tackle. And so we began having Saturday after school programs and stuff like that, just to get our Ghana youth to really be equipped with the global workforce when it comes to technology, when it comes to project management, innovation, computer literacy, all that stuff. And that's what has got us here today. Okay. And so a little bit about our organization is that our mission is what? Empower future generations to access equitable, cross-cultural, and tech education through science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. And we have these programs, not to bore you. In Ghana, we have these 9 hubs that we provide services, and then also here in the US where we provide service. And with that being said, today's session is a collaboration where we are working on to prepare for our STEAM Fest. We have seen the amazing work our youth in Ghana are doing. And so we are creating a platform for them where they will have the chance to come and showcase, to also learn the community in Kibi and stuff. So this event is going to be July 11th, Saturday, July 11th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so when you come here, I'm going to add the link to the sites. How do I even find where? Okay. I'm looking for the chat. Okay. And I have some of my team here. Ebony. Oh, sorry. Ebony, can you hear me now, right? Sorry. I just realized somebody was texting. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So I have some of my teams here. And so I will be sharing more about the STEAM Fest, July 11th. We have some students in the Baltimore area that we'll be taking them along to explore Ghana and then participate in the STEAM Fest. Excuse me, please. I got a call. Sorry. Where's my sorry. So with that being said, we are looking for volunteers. Here, you can sign up to join if you are in Ghana and you're in the Eastern region and you want to participate. You can sign up to join. You can register to join over here. And then we have volunteer opportunities and all that stuff. So how to get involved, you can volunteer. And there's our volunteer link. We're looking for even medical professionals, okay? So if you're a medical professional that you want to volunteer, we're going to have both the STEAM Fest and also medical screening, okay? So it's going to be a 2-in-1 day, okay? So we're looking for partners and sponsors and all that stuff. And when it comes to what else? To attend, as I was saying that the volunteer, when you click here, it will take you to our volunteer page. And then we have our general volunteer application here. We are looking for DJs, everything that we could possibly get for the community to help us, to support us. And then our medical professionals also, we are doing both the youth and the adult health screening. We are looking for people for BP, hypertension check, blood sugar, ear, nose, throat, all those things, eye screening, all that stuff. So we are looking to get medical professionals in this category to help us out. And of course, business partners and business sponsors. If there's any way you can connect us with a business partner, is this a business opportunity link over here? And then one of the amazing things that we are doing is that we are highlighting quotes from everyday working professionals, where we'll be highlighting them throughout our social media. And also on the day of the event, we'll be printing some banners where we are showcasing some advisable quotes that the youth or the community that will be joining will be able to also read and be encouraged. Okay. So if you want to submit a professional quote, when I say professional, just any life encouraging quotes that you feel like somebody getting to hear about this, the youth growing up, reading about it will be very, very helpful. Please kindly send share that. And so that was just what is called the quick announcement. So today, as I had said earlier, is for AI for what everyday innovation, AI for
I
everything.
see say Ghanaians phone. Them say some bro go bust some armored truck, Ghanaian police armored truck for Inquitia market or say something. We he drive them for like 1 day before the police
Kindly
snap am.
mute yourself. I'm begging all in all humility. Thank you. So yeah, I know this happens, but if you have any question, you can raise your hands. This is very supposed to be interactive, so I would love for you to have your computer, your cell phone, tablet, anything to practice. I don't want to be here talking, okay? So we will be sharing screens so that I want to see what you are working with. Am I making sense? We are going to be sharing screens to see what you are working with. Are we good? I need some thumbs up, down, no, I'm not ready for any practice today. I'm here just to listen to you. Okay, so with that being said, so this is I think I've talked about this already. Okay. So how to reduce your tax time. This is the main reason or the mission or the objective of our session today. Using AI to reduce the taxes that you're supposed to do on an everyday basis. Okay. And so with that being said, you can use AI for automation, can use AI to summarize hours of research into minutes of reading, can use AI for to overcome blank page syndrome when you are writing something or working on something, your brain is like fatigue or like can't even remember, These are some of the things that you can use AI to help you with, okay? To reduce the amount of time you spend on things, okay? AI is not here to take our skills, our ideas, and all that stuff, okay? The beauty about AI is that I tell people all the time, AI came for the poor and the broke, okay? Because in many situations, many of us are required to pay crazy amount of money to be able to use to get access to certain type of information. But thanks to AI right now, you can be able to access some information that or some kind of like creative ideas where you would not be able to access it. And one thing I want to address is that your knowledge, the stuff that you know, okay, your human capabilities is very, very, very much needed to what you call to guide the AI to get what you need. I hope I'm making sense because the AI is just a system, and the system, what you put in is what you get out. Okay. And many times, whatever your skills or your profession is, you are what's it called? The subject matter expert in that area. And so with you and the AI working together hand in hand, because of the knowledge that you have in that field, you are able to get the best result out of it. Okay. Which we are going to have many practice and stuff like that. And as I said, if you have any question, kindly let me do. How do I do present? Let me see. Okay, slideshow. Oh, what happened? Okay. Okay. So we can use AI as our private. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you can use AI for your homework as your private tutor. Some of the examples here. I'm a student at Kibi Hub, explain what thermodynamics using a football metaphor. Okay. Some of the examples. But don't worry about it. We're going to really break things down very soon. Just some of the things that you can use AI to do or to help you. Okay. If you are studying for an exam, you are studying for a quiz, something there's so many creative ways that you can use AI to help you to really minimize the amount of time that you're going to spend on those things that in the past you would take like 3 hours or probably the whole day to do. Now, thanks to AI, you could probably use like something like 30 minutes or an hour to get them done. Oh, okay. So again, Today is what? Helping you reclaim you can use AI to what? Reclaim your teaching time. You can use the AI to generate lesson plan. You can use AI to create quizzes based on what the lesson or the curriculum, right? Example, create a rubric for a high school robotic project focus on medical breakthroughs. You see, so you can use we are not using this now. I have so many examples of different prompting. I'm just giving an example, so don't even stress about it. You can write it down if you want to, but I have so many examples of prompting that we're going to use. But I'm just sharing some of the ideas of what you can use AI for. One, scheduling, manage family calendars, school event with ease, right? You can use it for meal planning. You can use it for itineraries and all that stuff. You can use it for your family, even like, how do I even go about it? But I've used AI to create summer class or summer camp for my kids, okay? When I don't have money to pay for summer camp, I'm creating online lessons and stuff like that to help guide them so that they can still stay sharp and active during the summer, okay? Can use AI, of course, find a project and stuff for your business. There's so many ways AI to write an email, introduction email about your business, about yourself, all that stuff. Okay. So we will be working on all those things. So when it comes to business, I said what communication, data analysis, right? You can use the AI system to help you to communicate in the most effective way possible to a potential client, to anybody else out there. And you can also use it to what? To summarize stuff, to get the actual. Have you gotten a document that is like so many things in the like 20 pages? But then it's like the key stuff are like 1 or 2 pages in there. Okay. And so you can use the AI and say, hey, I have received this document of 20 pages. What exactly is the mission, vision, or what is it asking for? What is the who, the what, the when, and all those things in this document? And it will help you to break it down, all that stuff. Okay. So what? Draft a sponsorship request to a CEO in Takoradi or in Baltimore or in Nevada, anywhere else, right? Just an example of stuff like that. So one of the things I always tell my students or people that I teach on AI is that there is a perfect way of prompting, okay? To give a command to AI is called what? Prompting, okay? And how do you put prompting? How do we compare prompting to our everyday life? Prompting is also like coding, okay? When you are cooking, let's say, what kind of example can I use? I'm going to use both Ghana and US example. Let's say you want to fry French fries, okay? You want to fry French fries or fry yam, okay? Or potatoes, okay? So I always say that everything about our life is like coding, okay? There is a way that you want to what? That you have an end goal, an end result of what you want to see. And so before you get there, what are the steps that I must take to get that place? Okay. So if you say you want to fry potatoes or fries, okay, you know that what are the ingredients, okay? First, you need to get your ingredients together. And then what is even the shape that you want your potato fries to look like, okay? What are the size and all that stuff? And then how much minutes? So it's like a recipe, okay? So the efficiency or how to really communicate with the AI system is that think of it that it's like you are using what? A recipe or a guide, okay? Or you are talking with, let's say you see yourself as the boss and the AI system as the admin or the one that is going to help you to achieve that goal. So if you don't give that person enough information, you are not going to get what you're looking for. Are we making sense? Am I making sense? I'm checking the chat. Where's the chat? Okay, there's no comment here. So if you are not telling it exactly what you really need, you're not gonna get what you're looking for. Okay. And so we call it what? The ABC of what? Prompting. Okay. You assign a persona, you give it a background, and then what you give what a limit or how much, how long, everything, anything else that you want to add. Okay, you add all that. So we call it the ABC of what? Perfect prompt. Assigned, give it a persona. Act like you are what an EBI what help mentor. You are a teacher. You are a mom of five. You are what's it called? A teacher. You are a real estate agent. You are a travel agent. Anything that your skills are, or you are getting ready for school or to apply for applications and all that stuff, and then you need this help you need the AI agent to help you in ABC category. Okay, so this, by the way, we will have different. So some of the stuff, if there's anything that you want to write here, I will email this to you guys after that. But if you want to get this in, there's what? The shorthand. The shorthand. You see how I said the ABC, right? So this is the act, right? Is like assign a role, a context, and tax. Okay. This is mostly for beginners. Okay? For beginners, people that are let me make Tony the co-host so I'm not okay. Okay, so this is for you see how I say beginners, students, and professionals, and also what? Oh, what did I just do? Oh, okay, and also what? Parents. Okay, so with that being said,
Mommy,
yes.
is this an airplane?
Okay, thank you. I'm coming. It says what? Act, assign role, context. What? This covers the who, why, and what in three simple lines. Act as and what I am, and then what please, whatever. Like you are giving it what more. We are going to practice that very soon. Role, tax, and format. Guess what? You are a teacher. You teach social studies to fifth graders. I want you to deliver example a 3 column or a 3 weeks lessons, right, on what is it called, African studies. Okay, and so you are giving it what a role or a task to what to play. Create character, requests, examples, adjustment, type, and extra. So this is what it's more for professionals, right? It minimizes what errors in high stake tasks like grant proposals or format letters. So what speak as. So what are you speaking as? You are telling the AI what speak as what a real estate agent, speak as why am I forgetting all this job title? Speak as a medical doctor, right? Speak as what's it called? A chef, okay? Speak like different like speak as my request is you put your request there. Follow this style example, avoid output type. You see how, and then of course brain colors and all those things. So in this way, when you are using the create, okay, you are either designing, slide, flyers, all that stuff. Okay, writing a letter, all those things. Okay, so you see how. Don't get me wrong. Can you use the ACT, the RTF, and all that stuff to do your AI stuff or your prompting? Yes. But if you are looking to get the most out of it, okay, you want to go deeper in how you are giving what the stuff. Mind you, you see how the ACT is just what 3 steps and you are done. And even the RTF is also 3 steps. But then the create one, it's more. You are adding more meat, right? To it. You are adding more content, more information, so that the system, the AI, will be able, or the AI agent will be able to deliver exactly what you are looking for. Okay. Any questions or comments over here? Okay. Me. Oh. So some of the golden loop of prompting. Give your initial instructions, but I want to go back here. How do I even end this? Escape. Okay. Okay. You guys can see. Okay. So let's go back to this one. I couldn't really make, let me see. Okay. So there was more down here. Forgive me. If you can see, let me know. If you can see, I can adjust it. Okay. So it says what role as a parent, the objective, the scenario, the expectations on what the steps. So what is your role? What is the objective? What is really happening? What is the scenario? And what are you expecting the outcome to be? And the other steps. So this is what as a parent you want. These are the stuff that an example of what you can use. And of course, educators, you can give a tax, restrictions, audience, context, and execute. These things what allows you to be able to get more from it. So before you even start, you can guess what? I will send this to you guys later. But this is some of the examples of what how you can use the AI. You see how we last time that we worked on, we were only using what the ACT one, right? And then we did a few create stuff. But now today we have added these ones also here so that you can see that there is more to the AI system. But many times we are always using the ACT part. So now how can I make this thing bigger? Okay. So with that being said, all the time, give your initial instructions, like drafts, create, design, and then whatever the AI gives you. Remember, I said that this is your field. In many times, you should have an idea of what you are expecting to get the outcome. Okay. And so when this thing happens, whatever the AI gives you, you know if it is the right stuff. Don't go in there blindly thinking that the AI system supposed to be able to tell you like just word for word and all that stuff. Many times you might not have an idea, but you are the human being. And so when we say the common sense part should kick in for you to review what the AI has given you, okay? And then you saying, okay, you gave me this, but I need what I after reviewing it, it doesn't make sense, okay? After reviewing it, that's not what I was asking for. So always what? If it critique it, is it too formal? Make it sound more like what a high schooler, like give it critique, guide it. What includes such, you see what add. Just the fact that you told the AI to design a flyer and you forgot to add a venue doesn't mean that that's it. You can always tell it to what add stuff to it. So what include a session about what the guest speaker from what Maryland. Okay. And again, always polish. Check for grammar and format for what? A WhatsApp message. So we can always what polish it and stuff like that. Okay. I have used the AI system where I have written a letter. I used to write a letter to somebody or email somebody, and it's becoming so formal, so formal. Like I see if this is my first time emailing the person, and I'll be like, no, this is not it. This is not I what is it called? I don't need that. I need I need I This is not a new person. I know this person. I know the person from ABCD here and there. And so whatever you are telling working with, try to what? Make it friendly, okay? And not too straightforward and all too professional and stuff like that. And it will rewrite it for me, okay? So just by the way. So now let me see what else I have. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and show you some of the examples, okay? So with that being said, get your I'm gonna open Copilot, I'm gonna open Gemini, and also I'm going to open what is the ChatGPT, okay? And you might be asking me which one should I use? I will be honest with you. They are all not perfect. You are the perfect one, okay? They are all not perfect. They all have their good and their bad. They all have their good days and their bad days. Okay. You, how do I say this? You know more than the AI system. There are some days that they get glitches. Okay. I always say that when you use one system or one platform and you like it, stay there. Unless there is really, really a major reason to move out of that place. For real. Like, I don't want to say, oh, Gemini is so better than ChatGPT or ChatGPT is so better than Copilot. Many of them, if you probably check the basic or the foundation of their system, probably they're all using the same thing. Just a little trick here and there. Okay. Lower the volume. Yeah. So with that being said, let me go here. Mhm. So I'm using Gemini, and then I'm going to open ChatGPT. Mhm. Right, check it out. And then Copilot. If you ask me, have I used Copilot before? Probably once. Yeah, I I'm not against Microsoft products, but I'm more of a Google stuff, okay? Nothing against Microsoft stuff, no. But I have found one that I like and I'm using. I don't hop from one system to the other. Like, oh, today I'm using ChatGPT, the next day I'm using Gemini. No. Unless maybe there's a cutback, or like, oh, you have used enough ChatGPT for today. So you come back tomorrow. Then you're looking for another account to use. That is different. Okay. But today I'm gonna give some examples so that we can what follow. So I have created these practical examples of different things that you can use AI for. Okay. So for this one, as a student, let me make this thing bigger. So, oh, why is it not? And I'll send this to you guys. So you are reading something, okay? You are reading a page. And I'm going to give an example of all that stuff, okay? You are reading. So, for example, you receive, let's say, a request for proposal, or a book, not a book, like a PDF of instructions and stuff like that. And you, instead of spending what, 3 hours reading the 50 pages, you can use the AI to what, save time. And so here you are, you can say that what, summarize the five main challenges and the five what proposed solution. So based on what the text that you are reading, or the book that you are reading, right? So over here, so instead of spending 3 hours spending reading a 50-page research paper on irrigation in the Volta region, the student can ask AI to summarize what the five main challenges and the five proposed what solution. So here we are. We're going to what, practice it. Okay. So I have. I mean, I'm gonna go to Google right now just for a quick. I want to show you. And let me see, PDF. Hmm. I'm just searching. I want to show you guys. I have an examples, but let's see. This one, it says human history, and I could have been specific, but it says human history. So, mm, what is this? No, I don't want this one. Okay, hold up. Research paper on, let's say, agriculture. Okay, let's, oh, hold on. Okay, free PDF. I don't want to give you anything extra. Okay, so right here, agriculture economics over here, I think it's PDF file, right? And I'm just giving an example. Like, is it okay to go on Google and to find stuff? I have what's it called? Not internet, um, virus protection on my computer. Okay. This is just in case you have received a huge file, right? And they are asking you to read all that. There is nothing wrong with reading everything, okay? But let's say that you can get what you're looking for and then go back and what and read, okay? So we have the Gemini here. So I'm gonna just add the file. See upload file right here. Those who are here, are you guys flowing? Do you have any questions? So this is an example. How many pages? You see, there's a lot of pages. Oh, how many pages? 85. Okay. Okay, so I'm just attaching, okay? I'm attaching what a source. So this is the stuff. So now the prompting of how we're going to prompt to get this system, the AI, to summarize what it is about, right? So first, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna ask. This is us going in there blindly, not knowing what we are expecting, what we are supposed to expect. You see how it starts with what? This document is written by what? Sherman E. Johnson. Provide a historical and administrative overview of agriculture economics in what? Great Britain. When we first got this, we just said what? We need something in agriculture economics, right? We didn't even know what it was written based on what? Great Britain. So what? In Great Britain, following World War What? II. Okay. So it's giving you this file covers. It says the file covers the following key areas: historical development and education, right? Administrative structure and current research and data what? Collection. And then post-war what? Challenges and stuff like that. So you see how that is helping you to really understand exactly what exactly what the file or the document entails. And what I like about Gemini and sometimes even ChatGPT in the AI system is that sometimes it will give you the link. Where are you going to find this information at? Okay. And so you see, if you're looking for the link, it will give you, say, what? Page 4 is right here. Over here is what? Let's see. Page 2. Oh no, let me see. No, it's 2 pages. So whatever. 6 days. Let's click on it. You see how it's giving it to you where you find that information, right? And it has highlighted it right here for you, right here. And so it helps you with what? Research. It helps you to dump that stuff down. So the same way, whatever we got right now let's go back and use ChatGPT for the same thing right now. So I'm going to add my file, upload file. And then I will add open. Let me make sure we are using the same text. So whatever you see whatever over here, I'm just gonna copy and put it right here. And see. Let's see what ChatGPT will also give us. It says, well, this document is titled Agriculture Economic in Great Britain by Sherman. It's basically a research overview explaining how agricultural economic development in Britain and how it organized universities and government, okay? What kind of research is being done? What problems British agriculture is dealing with, okay? So you see how this is what Gemini gave. Let me close this preview. You see how Gemini broke down? And let me see, maybe the black background is not helping. Let me make it light. So, okay. So this is how Gemini broke down its answer, okay? It gave the historical development, the economic structure, and the current research data and the post-war challenges, okay? It gave that. And then ChatGPT has also given all these stuff. So you will see that both systems always, in many instances, will give you a different reply, a different answer. And so when you use the 2 or the 3, we're going to go to Copilot and also see what Copilot is going to do. Hold on. So Let's see what Copilot is also saying. Okay. You see the difference? The document covers the origin and the early development of agriculture economics in Britain. The author traces interest back to what classical economics of the Neolithic era, and then shows how formal teaching and research began to take shape, especially after what World War One. For example, the document notes that early work got a real start in the years immediately following the World War One from the text. It doesn't give you where you will find the text, right? But then it helps you to what? Break it down. So even for this one, you can say that you see how it's just like you asking your admin or somebody that is working for you to do something, and they'll come with the first draft. You review, right? And then you say that now I need A, B, C, D more, right? So what I like over here is that it says that if you want, I can also create what a shorter summary, a thematic outline, a study guide, or an explanation of how this fit into the history of agricultural policy in what Britain. But me, I'm asking for what page number reference. So let's see what it will do. So you see how now it's adding the pages and stuff like that. So that if you look, you need a reference of where exactly it is. At least you can go back and what find them. And this can be done in Copilot, in Gemini, and also in what ChatGPT and Gemini. For Gemini, it already gave what the link already for the first time. But just in case you are using ChatGPT or Copilot, you know that what you can always what change things what around. Any questions on this one? Any questions or comments? Okay. So if nothing, I hope I'm making sense for you guys. Now we're gonna go to our inbox, okay? And then show you how you can use the AI to one, reply emails, right? And then two, for example, like this, you can say that what? I am a student. Okay, so this is just a made up one, okay? An example. So let's say that this was an assignment that was given to you by your history teacher, okay? And it's about what economic and stuff like that, okay? Agriculture, economic, during what? The World War One, after the World War One, okay? So the teacher gave you this document to read and to what? Write about it or something like that. You have read it and maybe you still don't get it, or you don't have the time to read everything throughout, okay? You attach the file right here. You say, what is this file about? It gave you an example of the file, even gave you what? Page numbers and stuff like that. Now we say what? I'm a student and I need your help to summarize, I need your help in summarizing this for my teacher. Connected to World War One and World War One and the economic history around the world at that time. This is for my history, world history class. And then you have to make sure that we have world history from elementary, middle school, high school, college, PhD, graduate school, and all that stuff, right? So you have to let the system know that is this for what? If an eighth grade, like class 5, class 8 for high school, right? Maybe high school third year, okay? So you have to give it at the age gap, okay, or the class range. Otherwise, it will give you some PhD information that your teacher will say, like, this doesn't make sense. Okay. So over here, grade 10, which is let's say SHS 2, second year SHS. Okay. So let's see. So you see what this summary connects the development of agricultural economics in Great Britain to a broader global context of the early 20th century. So you see how it's now what breaking it down for you. But does your teacher want all these emojis and all that stuff, icons and stuff? No. So the best thing is what? You say what? Remove the link, remove the icons and stuff, and make it ready for what? For a PDF. Okay. So over here, it says what does your teacher want to focus more on economic policies like price guarantee? No. So just example, like whatever we have here. So I'll say what? Remove the emojis, remove the links, and make it PDF ready. Okay. So example. You see how, example, just like you are in the office and you're working with a team member. Now you see the difference. It is straightforward now. It still has a link over here. So now the next question I'm going to ask is like, why do I still see the link? And okay. So this time around, there's no link. Oh, here the link again. Oh my God. And so another situation is how the AI can what loop around, go to hallucination. Okay. So something like this, when you realize that it is still doing the same thing, you see over even this one is still adding the link, even though it says what the link free version and stuff like that. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is that I will say that what remove the numbers. Let's see. Anyway, so it didn't. But anyway, let's keep going. So when you are finished, you can export it to PDF and to Google Doc, okay? And one of the stuff, the reason why I say I like using the Google stuff, if you have a Gmail and all those things, it's easier, okay? So you can open in Google Docs, okay? And then when you come, make sure what you are cleaning up. You are cleaning up. All these lines is not needed. The first one, it didn't have it. So this is where you are reviewing and what cleaning up. Okay. So for example, the Gemini has, if you are using Chrome, okay, I'm using Chrome right now. It has this, what is it called? Let me move this here. It has a Gemini plugin over here, okay? You guys can see my screen, right? So you can select the, you can click on the Gemini plugin right now. And then you can say that what? Help me to write an email for this paper to my teacher, Mr. K, right? Okay, so that's that. So you see how it's giving you everything that you need, just in case there was no, what's it called? Platform or portal to submit your assignments. This is how you can what? Use your Gemini to write email, or your AI to write an email. You see how I just used the Ask Gemini over here, and I said what? Help me write an email for this paper to my teacher, Mr. K. Without the Mr. K, it would have given you what? You see over here, it doesn't know who I am. So you say what? Your name right here. So if you it would have given me just a tag right here. But now it knows that what is Mr. K. So please find the attached what research stuff. So right now it is done. So what I will do is that you can do what? Draft in what? Gmail, export to doc or something along the way. But normally you can just what? Copy it right here. Go to your email. Make sure. And please don't say anything about my mailbox. Okay. Hey, Tony, they say they reduced the flight price. So I want to check. It's okay. Sorry, hold on for me. Okay, so this is an example. Okay, so just an example. Now let's practice. You can see my screen. Let me know. So it has helped you to draft the email. Okay. You see how we just copy and paste it? Make a few edits here and there. And then your email is ready to what? To go. Any questions on this one? Anyone want to practice this one right now? Any questions? Anyone want to practice? So you can just go and add the subject over there. You can copy the subject. Where is Gemini? Oh. What did I do? Oh. You can copy the subject here. And then you can add your name and stuff like that, right? Or you can decide on your own. And then you can add the teacher's name, the teacher's email. Okay. So over here, make sure you put your name. One of the things is that you have to review. You have to review what the AI gives you, because some of them might not make sense, might not apply. So don't just blindly copy and paste. This is an example, and so we don't know what we are working with, but don't just copy and paste because it says what it is done. Okay. So with that being said, any questions on this one? Any comments? How you can use AI to write your emails and stuff like that? Any comments? Okay. Am I making sense? Oh, there are texts right here. Oh, you can't see. Oh. Yes, Miss Karen. Yes, you can. You can ask it. Yes, answer me as a high school student, as a mother, as a teacher, all those things. Yes. Yes. Anything else? Okay. Okay. So now you have received an email. Okay. I received an email. I'm going through my emails just to see. Okay. For example, I received this email right here. Okay. And this is just an example of stuff. Don't take this thing as it is. Okay. And you can copy the email, let's say over here, new ideas and stuff like that. I'm using a Gemini, but we're gonna go back even with the email, right? With the Chat GPT. You can easily the Chat GPT, the what is it called? It has its own icon and plugin, okay? But it is not as I don't use a wrong word because it is an external integration. It doesn't really work much with the your applications. Let's say you're using Google stuff, right? But Copilot and Microsoft stuff work together. Am I making sense? Copilot and Microsoft Word, Microsoft Doc, Microsoft PowerPoint, Excel, those things, they work together. Okay. And Gemini and Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Slide, they work together. So can you be able to sync Google ChatGPT with your files and your document? Yes, you saw what we did right now. But sometimes to really get the stuff that you need, if we go to Edge right now, you see Copilot plugin over there. Okay. If we right now we are in Chrome, so Chrome has what? It's Gemini plugin here. But ChatGPT does not have a browser. Okay. And so I don't think that they have that integration.
Is it me? I can't see your screen or hear you.
Guys, I am so sorry. Hello? I got kicked out. I'm mad. Anyway,
No worries.
sorry, guys. What? Okay, let's continue. Hey, where was I? Okay, so now let me check. Okay, so let me share again. I hope it's still live. Okay, so who let's come back. As I was saying,
Matisa, we're back. We can't hear you.
Looks like she got bumped off again.
Thank you.
I don't know what's going on. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Sorry, guys. It keeps saying there's no Wi. Anyway, sorry. So, I just got flipped. So, with that being said, oh Lord. Now that we have resolved the email situation, I was going to give an example of the inbox, right? So now let's go to the inbox and then let me show you how you get an email. And then you ask the AI to help you reply that email. Okay. So let's give an example. Ooh. So I'm using the Gemini, but you can use ChatGPT. Okay. How will you use ChatGPT? I'll show you. You can just copy this. Okay. And then let's go to ChatGPT and say that I just, let me see. I just received this email. As of now, I am not interested in their promotion. Help me reply this email. So I just copied. Okay, so I just say over here, right? It's pasted over here. Now, let's see what it will say. It's giving you two of maybe see. And it says that, well, thank you for reaching out and sharing the information. At this, oh my God, why is it saying my what is going on? Why is my Wi-Fi doing this? This is so embarrassing. Okay, so it says that what? Thank you for reaching out. At this time, I'm not interested in enrolling in any of the programs or services mentioned. You see how it has given you a simplified way. It has two options. What? Keeps the relationship open. I appreciate you taking the time to send this over. At this moment, I'm not looking to make any what. So you see how it's giving you three different options that you can review and copy and paste. So it can be a matter of what? Selecting this, opening email, but no. You just copy this thing, and when you copy, you will come to your email, your inbox. Let's say you want to reply or compose. So let's just do compose right now. And as it's getting ready to set up for you, as you can see my screen, I will just copy. And you see over here, everything just came jumbled up. So you have to edit it to make it look presentable. Okay. And you can use this for anything out there, but just be careful, okay? For example, now that we have done all this, okay, you see how I use it to send a reply to an email, okay? And it can be even other conversations and stuff that it can read from the first time you and the person were talking and then be able to reply back to you, okay? So let's say that right now, that was what we use for ChatGPT. But if you were using the Chrome system and you were over here, it would have been a matter of Ask Gemini. You just click on Ask Gemini. And then you say what? You will say what? You just say what? Reply to it that you are not interested right now in their services. So over here, right? Replied that no. I'll say what? Help me reply that we are not interested in their service now, but maybe in the future. Okay, so let's see what it will give us. See, you see the difference between the Gemini and the ChatGPT. Gemini knows where the email came from because it's able to read it. Okay, ChatGPT, we copied and pasted. Am I making sense? So with Copilot, if we had logged into the Microsoft Word, Microsoft, the Outlook, and all that stuff, it would have been able to do the same thing for what? For us. Any comment or question on that? I want to make sure you guys are getting it. How you can use AI to help make life easier. Any questions? Any comments? I want to make sure I'm making sense. Okay. Nothing. So do we end here? I'm boring you guys.
No, I'm listening to these. No questions.
Okay.
It's a lot of information.
Okay. So so right now you see how I'm over because Gemini is already connected, integrated into your inbox, everything. It's able to know that what it came from Tevis Energy. And it came from what? Troy. Dear Troy, thank you for reaching out and sharing update regarding your services and smart pay options. At this time, we are not interested in that. Because it has that. So it's just a matter of that. And an example, how can you use the AI to even schedule things on your calendar? And I'm saying this to say that how to make life what easier for you, for the everyday people, okay? So I'm over here. Let me see. Is there any dates over here? There's no dates. So let me go back to another mail. Okay. Let me see. Let me see something. I want to see if there's any date. There is no dates here. I'm trying to look for some invitation stuff. So you see how. Okay. Even if you don't have any invitations, let's say that I'm looking for an event. Okay. So for example, another email that came, it says what? AI masterclass, unlocking whatever, and blah 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 blah. So what I would say is that create so the email has coming from Deloitte, right? So I'll say that what creates a meeting calendar for this event for me. You see how it gets all that? What, July 8th? Is it July 8th? Let's go through. Is it July 8th? You guys can confirm, right? Say July 8th, right? Okay. And it gives all the numbers and all that stuff. Okay. And it says what? 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Let's see the time over here. So what I'm going to tell it is that this is for what? Ghana time. So convert. Convert to Eastern. Now over here, add. You see now it has changed from what? 10 a.m. to what? 8 what's it called? 6 p.m. here. Now add. So it says what? It's done. We're gonna go to, it says July 8th, 6 p.m. Now let's go to my calendar, right? And then let's see if indeed it put it there. Let's see. Let's go to July 8th. July 8th, okay. I'm sorry, my calendar is great, okay? But forgive me. So, see July 8th? What is that? See? AI Masterclass. Do you guys see it? The Deloitte AI Masterclass. I didn't do that. It just put it in there for me from the email. Anybody want to practice this one? Or you want to just watch me? No, I'm going to stop. Somebody had to show me what they have gotten today. Anyone want to practice? What are some of the questions that you have? I'm showing you the easiest way to make AI what? Help you cut back on what time? Okay. Any questions? Did I make sense? Am I making sense? That is this something that you see yourself using or doing every day? That today you use AI to reply an email. You use AI to schedule something from an invitation that you receive in your email. You use AI to what help you to what put it in the calendar. Okay. So you might be saying that what if I want to just ask the AI to design to put meeting calendar for me without an invitation? You can also do that. It's a matter of giving it what a prompt. What made it easier for me is the fact that the email already has the information, the location, the time, the address, all that stuff. So the system just picked it up and then submitted or created the invite for me. Okay. But what if you just want a simplified way? You don't have, it's your email, it's your event, it's your stuff. How do you go about it? So let's also try that one too, okay? So let me go back to even Gemini again. Where's Gemini? Okay. And you can say that I have an event coming up on June 10th at 5 p.m. Eastern at, let's say, Carroll Nonprofit Center. Okay. So that's that. So help me create a meeting schedule in my calendar. So it's right here, right? Miss Karen, I'm going to answer your question version. It's right here. And then it's just a matter of what? When you click on it, it's going to what? Open it up for you like this. It's going to open a prompt, hold up a window. So you see, I did not give it the meeting title, right? So it just said meeting schedule, June 10th, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And it's right there. Okay. So that's how you can use AI to create what? Your meeting schedules and stuff like that. You can even make it reoccurring every Thursday around this time. Okay. So that is that. I'm deleting the event because I don't need it. It was just an example. So now let's go back and practice. How do we use AI? And Miss Karen, so to use it to sort out your calendar, right? Let me see. Hold on here. It's just a matter of asking the prompt. an example. Can you sort out my July event in a table format? Okay. So it's just going to break it. You see how it's going to break it down for me? So you can now create a Excel sheet or Google Sheets, right, with it. And then it will, so over here like this, you see how it is done for you. And this is what is a table. And once you are here, you can just pop up so that it can become bigger. I hope you guys can still see. If you can see, let me go back. You can edit and say what? Continue in a new tab. So because we couldn't see well, we are moving to a new tab, okay? So you see how it's looking like right now. So it says a matter of now. It's giving it to me in a table. I want to say what? Convert to a table that I can copy and paste. Okay. So right now it has set up this way, right? So I can now you say what? Export to sheet. So when you click export to sheet, it will export it to what? To you. You see? And you can open it up, edit them, and stuff like that. Does this help, Miss Karen?
Yes, it does. But I was also looking at, let's say, for instance, you had a weekly occurrence of the kids going to the library.
Uh-huh.
And so if you could, just have it to, write you out or sort it out by that so you know who do the pickup or the drop off. That was what I was really looking at, something specific. But this one helps as well.
Okay, so you say you want a weekly occurrence.
Well, it doesn't have to be weekly, but by event. So and so goes to the library every Thursday at 1 p.m. And then you would, have AI sort that out so you would know what time there's the drop off and the pickup in case you had to share that calendar with somebody.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna use Esther and Karen as an example over here, right? So it's a matter of, let's go back to the calendar. I need from May 2026 to December 2026 a calendar of events for picking up Esther and Karen. Okay. So let's see what it will say. Yeah, so it's telling you that May 4th, 11th, and 8th, and 25th.
Right. Oh, that's great. Okay.
You see? So from whatever you have in your calendar,
Sure.
it's telling you. So this way you can export to creating your slide and something like that. So you can do that.
Great.
Yeah. So at least it gives you an idea of how the schedule is like. So let me make sure this is bigger. So you see how it's things down. So you know that in May, you have these pickups. In June, you have these dates for pickup and stuff like that.
Right.
And it tells you what on Mondays, whatever, at 3:30 and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
That's it. So now, how do you use AI to design a flyer? Before even that, how do you use AI to design an event? Okay. And then we can do, we have 30 minutes. So is there anything else you want us to talk about that is not on my list of stuff? But you say, if you can really help me review this on how I can use AI in this industry, I will like that. Speak now, whoever hold your peace. Okay, so let's go to Gemini. Okay, Mr. Sam.
All right, sorry guys, was having network challenges. Everything went off. I'm just joining. So I wanted to find out which channels that the recordings will be on, so that catching up from here, maybe I can go back and then
I'll
connect.
send it to you guys.
All right, thank you.
Right.
All right, so you can go ahead now. Thank you.
Okay. So let's say you have a baby shower to plan, okay? So, but you want to design a flyer, you want to do all that stuff. So we're gonna go to, I'm gonna use Gemini or Copilot just so that I say charge it to Copilot, just so that it doesn't look like I'm only using Gemini stuff. Okay, so here we are. Say I have a baby shower to plan for Kevin and Lauren, okay, on July 8th, 2026. This is a surprise event, and I need your help with that. A to Z for a successful events. I would say also okay, for 50 guests, okay? This is happening in East Baltimore. Okay, so just an example. So say I have a baby shower to plan for Kevin and Lauren K on July 8th, 2026. This is a surprise event. I need your help with the A to Z for a successful event for 50 guests. This is happening in East Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, so here we are. You see how it says what? The dates, the time. We don't have any time. You see how without even a time, it's a problem. Okay, 50 guests, a surprise baby shower. East Baltimore. We will narrow down the venue options below. Okay, and it's saying what? The budget. What is the budget? The venue and all that stuff. So we have different budgets between 500 to 25 and all that stuff. So let's say I said that my budget is only 5,000. Okay, so you see how you are, it's just a conversation. It's like you and your friend or your family members or your co-workers and stuff planning an event. So whatever it is, when you find yourself all alone in some project and stuff like that, or even when you volunteer to help some projects, this is how you can use the AI to really help you. So that when you go to the meetings and stuff, you have an idea of what to talk about. Okay. So over here, you see how your 5,000 baby shower budget plan for 50 guests. And so this is an example of the breakdown. It can be a community center, church hall, small event space, food, buffet or catered finger food, decor, DIY, and a few statement P, because your money is very tight. Cake, game prices, favorites and stuff, photography, and all the miscellaneous stuff. You see how it's broken down, all that stuff, and all those things. So you can say that, okay, I got this now. So now Help me. Let's even go down to okay. Do you want the event to feel more elegant, fun, playful, or modern, minimalistic? And I'll say that what designing, okay, I want it to be elegant, okay? And the time is 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., okay? Okay, so venue at Enoch, let's say 123 Avenue in East Baltimore, okay? Just an example. So, okay, so. And you can even give it the colors and all that stuff that you want. You see, it's giving you different color options, right? Baby bloom, baby in bloom, little princess or princess, little prince or princess, right? Neutral luxury. So I'll say I want option C. Option C. Oh. Oh, okay, sorry. It did give the option C. Okay. Okay, so now elegant design and all that stuff. And I said what? Option C. And it's asking for these colors and stuff, the color palette. You see, if you know what color you want, you could have given it by itself. But it's saying what color. So this is what it's helping you to plan the events, okay? And it will help you to get ideas and all that stuff. And even if you're gonna hire an event planner and all those things, at least you having an idea of what you are working with. You can just do this and say what after this, help me to draft a description or whatever, a short information for my event planner to take it over from there. Am I making sense? Or if you are doing it by yourself, a DIY, at least now you have this one to work from. Okay. So here we are. You can say what you want something eucalyptus green or mate gold. Okay, so let's try. I think we will just go with that one, the first palette and stuff, decor plan and all those things. So here we are, because we have given it all that amazing information. We want to design. So I'll say design the flyer for me. And do you know why I'm just saying design a flyer for me? Because I've already given it we have worked on the theme. We have worked on the color palette and all that stuff. We have worked on the venue. It already knows the venue. It knows the time and the date and all that stuff, and then who will be the guest over there. So let's see. Okay. It's telling you that you see honoring Kevin and Lauren K, a neutral luxury experience. Okay. And then join us for a surprise celebration as we welcome their little one with love. Wednesday, July 8th, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., 123 Avenue, East Baltimore. Please arrive by 1:30. This is a surprise event and all that stuff. So here we are. The next thing is want to turn it into a fully Canva ready layout with color palette and font. So tell me which option you want and I will design. So right now, I will say what option. Let's see. What the? Okay, I'm going to copy this, right? And then I'm going to take it to Gemini or ChatGPT. Okay, so let's, and this is why some people have multiple. Okay, so so when you come to Gemini, I'm going to click create an image and then copy and paste. Let's see what it will do. Oh, this is ChatGPT. So as Chat is working on its stuff, let's go to Gemini, okay? Create an image. Let me refresh. Let me see what. Oh, okay. So I'm saying design a baby shower invitation for me, and I'm putting all that information that it needs also over here. So let's see. I'm deleting all that extra stuff. I just wanted to have. Oh, I didn't even put the contact. So the contact, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so you see, now I have that. Dress code. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, and with Gemini, make sure you select create design. Okay. Let's go to ChatGPT and see. So you see what ChatGPT just gave us, right? What we didn't tell it was that we wanted something in a square, rectangular, whatever shape, or like the dimensions and stuff. But here is what ChatGPT designed for us. Okay, so this is what all this stuff was not needed over here. The cream bead, whatever, it was not needed. So you can just tell it to what delete that or fix and all that stuff. But at least this is how you can design a flyer. If you don't give it information, it will not know what to do. Okay. So we had a color palette and everything for it. And so you see, what is it called? Even this one over here, it's not needed. Okay. But of course, it's a Wednesday, the time, the venue, and when the person to arrive, whatever. All this was what? Not a elegant decor, warm celebration, live refreshment, games and whatever. The elegant decor, not needed, but warm celebration, whatever. RSVP information is missing here. And so you see how you can just easily use that. And you can easily edit it also from here. But let's go to Gemini and see what Gemini also did. What happened to Gemini? The people. We will stay here. We're not going to leave. Yes. Let me copy all this. I'm going to copy all this stuff. And then let's start a new chat. Okay. Okay. See the difference? We gave it a color palette, so, but the intelligence of Gemini is different. You see, it didn't add the color palette and all that stuff over here, right? It knew that you don't want to add all that stuff, but it doesn't matter. So you can now decide if you want to convert it. Mind you, sometimes you have to review the text to make sure the texts are correct because it's bound to what make mistake. And you can easily what save. Okay. So baby shower celebration honoring Kevin and Lauren. A neutral luxury experience. This, and then that. Any questions? We have 15 minutes. Mr. Sam.
All right. So I was thinking, could we have prompted it to add a baby picture to spice it up?
Yes, it could have added that, but the baby is not born yet.
But we know a baby is expected. So still,
Yeah, you could have asked it to add it. So we can say what? Add. And let's see. You can always add. Oh, I didn't even say add. I should have added everything. You can always what take out add stuff and everything. But the beginning of everything is what? Exactly what are you saying? What do you want the outcome to be? And even if the outcome is not what you were expecting, you can always what? Fix it or what's it called? Improve on it. So let's see. So that's the baby that they gave. Do you see the baby? Is this Mr. Sam? You see the baby?
yeah, it's beautifully resting somewhere at the
Okay.
lower right hand corner.
Yeah. So the reason being is that we say we wanted something elegant, right? If we wanted, for example, let's go back to, was it Copilot? Copilot gave us some examples, okay? Do we want flyer option, soft, neutral, romantic, elegant, right? And that was option 3. Do we want modern, like bold type? You see what I'm saying about? So over here, you say what? Give me an option of a modern, likes bold and whatever. Let's see what it will say. Okay, so let's go back to Gemini. I need another. So I copied and pasted over here, and let's see. You see how it has changed the whole thing? You see, now this is what popping. Because we said what bold. So if you don't want the brown and the green, you can say you want what gold and purple, whatever, right? So you can say, hey, let's see. And the reason why we did the green and the brown is what we say we want it neutral. When you do gold and purple and pink and blue, whatever, then you are gonna give too much about the gender, right? So this is why we chose the neutral stuff. So this is how you can use what the Gemini to create flyers and stuff. But before you ask it to create a flyer, you have to tell it what is the purpose of the flyer, the venue, the date, the time, all that stuff, okay? You can use, you see, you say purple, and so if you don't want the flowers or the plant, you can try as what, remove the the plant and the flowers and stuff like that, and give another option. And this is how you use AI to design things and change stuff around. Okay. If your text is not clear and you don't give it the date and stuff like that, it will mess you up big time.
So I have a question. My question is, do you recommend us buying or paying for the, I guess, the premium plan, or just using the free?
You have the EBI account, Ebony. You don't need to pay for anything. The
Oh,
EBI
okay.
email, yeah. And I could have used this to use the free account, and it would have been okay.
Okay.
I've used a Gemini free account to design some stuff of clients, and I didn't use a pro one. So yeah, you can use a regular Gmail, and it works the same way.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Anything. Yeah, I like because I if you have a Gmail account, but if you have Outlook, try and use a Copilot, right? ChatGPT is good. Don't get me wrong, is good. Like it's really good. I'm not trying to dismiss it. It's very good. Many of the other platforms, they are foundations from ChatGPT. Okay, it's very, very good. It's very good. But AI is more of what you give. You can use it to even help you with your Bible studies and stuff like that. Let's say you have a youth club and you want to prepare for a lesson for them on, let's say, puberty and stuff like that. You can just start over here and say, hey, I am a youth teacher or leader for middle school students. I need help in planning a for Sunday lesson on puberty. Okay. Let's just an example. And I know I'm telling puberty wrong. Okay. So, and what the Bible says and stuff like that. So let's see. Oh, let me stop. It's gonna, okay. Okay. It understood what I'm trying to say. Okay. So you say what? Helping middle schoolers navigate puberty through the lens of faith. It's what an incredible blah blah blah. It will always hype you up. Anyway, so say what? Series overview made this way, understanding our bodies and God's plan. Okay. So to help students understand the physical and the emotional changes of puberty as a natural God design process, and to learn how to care for and honor their bodies as creations of God. And so it gives you what? All those things. Parental communication is what? It is highly recommended to communicate with parents beforehand, outline the topics you will cover. This builds trust and allow them to reinforce the lessons what at home and stuff like that. It's giving you all that sensitivity. Be mindful that students will be different stages of puberty. Use inclusive language and focus on what universal aspect of what growth. Some people get their period early, others don't get their period. Like, so all those things. Some people have flat chest, others who have big chest, So when they say use inclusive language, it's just the fact that you don't want someone that have not experienced what the other person is experiencing to feel a little bit left out. That's why. Okay. So here we are. It's what Sunday 1, the design, understanding puberty as God's process. And so it gives what it say what even add what scriptures for you. You created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. So it gives you that. And then what define pretty simple and what accurately. Discuss the Bible truth and all that stuff. Activities that what you can work with what the kids and stuff like that. Interactive what teaching. So what this is how you can use it for lesson planning. If you have a business and you say, hey, I need help with my marketing, you can also use the AI for that. But you must know what your niche, what exactly your business is about, and what you're hoping to achieve from that. Is it a 1 month promotional event or promotional something like that? It will guide you with even the prompting and the lingo on what to do and all that stuff. And even when you are done, it can help you design a template and all that stuff. And even this, I can say after this one, help me to design a 5 slide or week one slide, week 2 slide, week 3, those kind of stuff. And it will help you design or break it down into slide forms and then go from there. Imagine in the past, you would have been combing through the Bible, and all that stuff. And I'm not saying don't read your Bible, please, or don't read your Quran. What I'm saying is that this way, the knowledge and the stuff that you already know is helping it make it easier for you to bring it together so that you are not wasting time researching and reading all over again, but at least it's giving you pointers and where to find stuff so you can get reference and stuff like that and keep it moving. Does it make sense? Okay. Let me pause here.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that is what I wanted us to get. How do you use AI to make your work easier? The language translation is very, very tricky. It's a new system. So if you don't know the language, I would say that do not really trust AI to be doing some translations for you, unless the system is set up that it's a translator. Okay? The translation part, don't get AI knows some patois. AI knows some Ghana language and stuff like the tree and all those things, but it is not really all that the best. So you have to make sure that you know a little bit about the language before it will give you some gibberish and you think that is what it's saying is what it is that. Am I making sense?
Yes, you are. I was just wondering though, I'm sure that's true. I know it's probably true. The flyer that you made, if you had wrote as one of your prompts, translate this to Spanish or Patois, I just wanted to see what it would look like.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Make sure you know the language. That's why I'm saying that. Me, I don't know Spanish. Whatever it gives me, I cannot reference. Mind you, what I was saying is that at many times you are the master, you are the subject matter expert in that area, right? And so, Levi, right? And so whatever that you are telling it to do, at least have an idea of what the end result is supposed to look like, right? So you see, me, I wouldn't know. Is this the way to spell the Spanish? Those who know Spanish, So if you know the language, you can definitely say what this is for sure how it's supposed to be. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yeah. But imagine you don't know the language and you are trusting AI, you will need you need to hire a professional to review that the language makes sense. Before AI is cursing people that you don't know that the thing is a curse word in there. It happens. I think this was before AI stuff. I think I forgot what it was. People were using AI, the system computers to translate stuff from Chinese to English. Okay, and it was bad. That some of them were insulting words, but they didn't even know. Sometimes maybe it's like a comma somewhere would have changed the whole thing, but the person didn't know, so they kept it going like that. So if you know the language, yeah, then you can translate it in a way that you understand. You can really verify that it is exactly how it's supposed to be said in the language. But if you don't know the language, then when you finish, get an expert or someone that knows the language to what? Verify for you, review, to make sure that it's making sense. It's making sense. Yeah. And you see that if we had said, for example, if we have gone to ChatGPT and say design a baby shower flyer for me, let me show you how when you don't give it too much information, it will give you the stuff that it gives people over here. Okay, so I'm gonna set a new chat. Okay, let me a new chat. And I'll say what? Design a baby shower flyer for me for July 8th, 2026 from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at 123 Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21168 or whatever. Let's see. So, okay. You see how it's saying all that stuff? RSVP and all that stuff. It's actually the only playful and all that. So, so
That's not correct.
So let's see.
Oh, that there chicken found it first. Oh, there's a big gold statue of her.
Good idea. Okay, pups, the more gold we find, the bigger the statue.
Back off. Why? Because I want
Okay. You see the difference. Okay. I said elegant, and so it gave me these flowers and that. Many times when you see ChatGPT stuff, you know it's ChatGPT stuff. But this one, it did good. It did good. Okay. Yeah, it did good. Yeah. So I hope today we got how you can use the AI to help you to what? Draft your email if you need to. And also summarize your text. If you get a big, let's say a contract that you have to review, assignment, a big chunk of documents, you can get it to what? Help you to break it down and stuff like that. But you got to also take your time to review what it gave you. Mind you, the AI can hallucinate and go all over the place. Okay. So any questions before we end our today's session?
No, thank you for the training. It was very informative.
Thank you. Unfortunately, Mr. Sen, you're gonna beat me up. What is it called? The live stream stopped when I got kicked off. Oh, is it working? I think it's working. Me, I don't know. I think it's working. I might be wrong. Yeah, yeah, I think it's stopped. Let me see. Okay, it went past that. Oh, okay. 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 Yeah, I don't know. We will see. But yeah, enjoy your Friday. And Abdul, I don't know where you connecting from, Abdul. And Abina. Uh, okay. Bye, everyone.